The decision of whether to pay off debt or invest is a common financial dilemma and depends on several factors. Debt repayment should be a priority if the debt has high interest rates, as paying off high interest debt saves you money in interest payments in the long run. Additionally, paying off debt can help reduce financial stress and increase peace of mind. On the other hand, investing can lead to higher returns and help you reach long-term financial goals, such as retirement savings. It is essential to consider both options and your financial situation when deciding whether to pay off debt or invest. A balanced approach that pays down high-interest debt while also making investments for the future may be the best option. Either way you choose to spend your money, they both have their reasons and benefits for doing so. But there will of course be varying results in the decision you will make. The outcomes could be, for example, in the form of hundreds to thousands of dollars difference between the two paths. So in this video, we're going to tackle just that, the benefits and losses that could occur with whichever path you choose. And one of these choices can also directly affect the financial freedom you seek. Hi everyone, and this is UpThink. If you're new here, welcome to our channel. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you would like to be part of our learning community where we talk about financial advice or just life hacks in general. Now, before we go off doling our money to pay off that loan or to make an investment, we first need to have a sturdy stronghold to be the source of where our funds come from. No, we're not talking about the physical form of a bank here, but rather the practical method of establishing your emergency fund. This can be done with savings. Reserve a good portion of your paycheck for any unexpected costs without having your daily expenses or your finances suffer from too big a hit. If you put your money into investing or paying off your debt first without an emergency fund set aside, then should a situation arise where you need immediate cash, you would have to take out a loan again or take it out from your investments. Doing this would be pointless and only set you back from your financial progress. So preparing an emergency fund first is essential. A good amount to start with for your emergency fund would be at least 3 to 6 months of your expenses before you go on paying debts or investing. Having debt can feel like a weight on our shoulders, and being debt-free would highly appeal to us. Paying that off would also expand your reign in budgeting since you would no longer be making any monthly payments for your liability. With each payment made per month, that leaves a very limited budget to spend on your expenses and even much less for saving or leisure. You would be working only to meet your basic needs without advancing towards your financial end goal. Sure, your loan may be gradually paid off, but we have to consider the interest factor that goes to the lender. When your loan gets settled, your salary may feel higher than it was before, even though the truth is your salary rate remains the same. This is because your payments that used to go directly to your debt are now yours to use, thus giving you a wider range with your budget. This allows you to set aside some funds for your retirement later. Investing, on the other hand, has its benefits as well. If you choose to invest your money rather than use it to pay off your debt, then there's an advantage to that, which is the interest rate. The interest rates you could acquire from investment can excel much higher than your loan's interest rates. So not only would you be paying your debt off, but you would also be profiting from your investment. For example, your loan could have an interest rate of 5%, while the investment you put your money into earns an interest rate of 10%. Waiting to invest while becoming debt-free could be costing you more than ever thought possible. Not taking advantage of compound interest makes for a major setback when it comes to growing your wealth. Yet that is exactly the risk you take by not investing aggressively. You need to think carefully and make an informed decision on what will benefit you financially in the long run, as this can have far-reaching consequences. When you reduce your outstanding loans, you are effectively receiving a guaranteed return. For instance, if you're paying 20% interest on a credit card debt and you settle it off, it is equivalent to earning a 20% return on your investment without any risk involved. Now, like the option of purely paying off your debt, there are risks involved in investing too, but it is possible to have a 10% or greater rate of return by investing in the S&P 500. Studies by Investopedia state that the S&P 500 has had an average of over 10% each year ever since it started. But the S&P 500 does not guarantee just high rates all the time. During the year 2000, there have been points of negative returns like a negative 10%. The year after, it progressed even lower to negative 13% until the negative rate reached the year after at negative 23%. After the year 2002, the rates rose again and profit occurred, but then it went back to a negative at negative 38%. While the likelihood that you will generate a profit in the long run is in your favor, it is crucial to keep in mind that returns cannot be guaranteed while you carry out your financial strategy. Now, let us imagine a scenario that calls for a paying debt or investing decision with stocks. If we take a mortgage loan of $350,000 with payment terms of 30 years at an interest rate of 4%, then that would make a monthly payment be $1,671. You make a good salary and have an additional $1,000 in your wallet that you can use to pay down your home or put towards investments. Here are the two possibilities depending on which choice you make. If you choose to pay it off, then you would be paying that additional $1,000 every month to that principal amount. That would be an estimate of 14 years and 5 months until you are debt-free instead of the whole 30 years period. Then, this would equate to you paying only $110,799 in interest during the term of the loan. For the remaining 15 years and 7 months, you can use this time to invest $1,000 and the monthly payment you have been paying previously. This would equal a monthly payment of $2,671. As long as you continue investing that amount per month, the rest of the 30-year term would be $1,203,916. We take the total amount of $1,203,916 and subtract the interest we paid, which is $110,799. There would be a remaining total of $1,093,117 by the end of your term. To solve this is by taking the total sum of your term and subtracting the interest amount you have settled. Now let us move on to the second possibility. The second possibility calls for us to pay the least amount of interest per month and invest the additional $1,000. How does this work then? The total amount of interest you would be paying would be a larger amount of $251,544 than that of the first possibility in the span of 30 years. We then invest the spare $1,000 into the S&P 500. If we reference the average 10% return we mentioned earlier, then the total would have gone up to $2,171,000, succeeding the 30-year period. Using the same formula in the first possibility, we subtract $251,544 from $2,171,000, and this leaves us with an amount of $1,919,456. If we were to compare the results of the two possibilities, then the second possibility, which is paying the minimum interest and investing the extra $1,000, would have a higher outcome by $826,339. So if you decide that rather than paying that additional $1,000 to the mortgage, you decide to invest in the S&P 500, you would be earning more than $800,000 by the end of your term due to growing money by compound interest over 30 years. That sum might make a choice between early retirement or the need to work for much longer. The second possibility does not acknowledge the risk in stock investment and relies on the average 10% return that is appropriate for a lengthy time frame. When it comes to mortgage, one of the major aspects we must consider is inflation. Inflation can do you quite a good advantage. To elaborate, you would be paying the same amount throughout your loan, but it is the value of the dollar that changes. The value of the dollar decreases as time passes. This means that when you repay your loan, you are using dollars that have less purchasing power than they did previously. With an average inflation rate of 4%, the value of the dollar decreases roughly every 18 years. This means that after 18 years, the amount you pay towards your mortgage will only be half of what it was at the time of origination. By settling your debt with dollars that have decreased in value, investing in assets that maintain or surpass the inflation rate is possible, providing a desirable balance. Now, while there are many examples we could use to demonstrate the difference between paying your loan or investing, we have used mortgage for a few reasons. Number 1, the advantage of a mortgage is that it usually has a low interest rate, which may be the lowest option available. During the year 2021, the average mortgage rates were around 3% and near 5% during 2022. It is nearly equal to the rate of inflation. This means that you are borrowing money at a near zero cost. Because of this, mortgages can be an attractive option for some investors. Number 2, another factor to consider is that mortgages are typically long-term loans, often extending over a period of 30 years. When a loan has such a long term, the decision to pay it down or invest additional funds becomes much more significant and requires careful evaluation. Deciding whether to pay off debt is a complex decision and requires considering various factors. Having a steady cash flow is a significant advantage as it increases your financial flexibility, particularly for senior investors. As you approach retirement, maintaining a positive cash flow is more important than pursuing strategies that may result in higher returns in the long term. Lastly, a combined approach of paying down debt and investing simultaneously using additional income is another option to consider. There are differing opinions on this topic, but the numbers provide a clear picture of each situation. To make the best decision for yourself, consider weighing the benefits and drawbacks of both options, taking into account the risk and potential reward. When it comes to extra income, you have two options: pay down debt or invest. But which of these will provide the best risk-to-reward ratio? Researching both sides can help determine what is right for your individual situation while taking into account the pros and cons that come with each route. Making a well-informed decision could save money, but more importantly, time in achieving financial freedom. So, which decision seems more favorable to you? What are your opinions on each decision? Let us know in the comments below. We love reading your insights. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like because it encourages us to create more educational content for you all. And if you have not yet subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button to watch more tips and tricks about life. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you at the next one. Bye for now.